The human orgasm. Everyone experiences it. Almost no one understands what's actually happening inside their body when it does. It's not just pleasure. It's a full-system neurological, hormonal, and muscular event. And it starts long before the climax. Scientists break the sexual response into 4 stages: desire, arousal, orgasm, and resolution. Let's go through every single one, biologically. It begins in the brain. The limbic system, your emotional core, fires first, activating regions linked to reward, memory, and motivation. The nucleus accumbens releases dopamine into the reward pathway. Dopamine travels across the synapse, binding to the receiving neuron. This activation signals pleasure and reinforces the behavior. The hypothalamus then signals the autonomic nervous system, the system that controls everything you don't consciously think about: heart rate, breathing, blood flow. Sex hormones, testosterone, and estrogen prime the system. They lower the threshold for arousal and amplify nerve sensitivity across the body. Blood flow to the genitals increases dramatically. Vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels, causes engorgement in erectile tissue in both males and females. Thousands of sensory nerve endings, especially dense in erogenous zones, begin firing. These electrical signals race up the spinal cord toward the brain at nearly 100 meters per second. This 3D model shows the spinal cord and nerve roots. The dorsal and ventral roots branch out to carry signals. Glowing pulses show the flow of neural information. The gray and white matter process. Here's a critical switch most people don't know. Arousal is driven by the parasympathetic nervous system. But orgasm itself is triggered by the sympathetic system, your fight or flight response. As arousal intensifies, the heart rate climbs from a resting 70 BPM to upward of 150, equivalent to moderate aerobic exercise. Rectal tissue, present in both biological sexes, engorges with blood. In females, vaginal walls transitate fluid for lubrication. In males, the bulbourethral glands release pre-ejaculate. The plateau phase. The body is fully aroused, but orgasm hasn't arrived yet. Every system is holding at maximum tension, waiting for the threshold to break. When stimulation crosses the neurological threshold, the brain sends the signal. The sympathetic nervous system fires. And the orgasm begins. Simultaneously across every major system. The ventral tegmental area, the VTA, activates with an intensity researchers have compared to the brain's response to heroin. This is the epicenter of the pleasure signal. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, surges 4-fold at orgasm. It's released from the hypothalamus, flooding the bloodstream, contributing to feelings of closeness, warmth, and emotional connection. The pelvic floor muscles contract involuntarily at intervals of approximately 0.8 seconds. These are the rhythmic contractions that define the orgasm itself, in both sexes. Remarkably, the prefrontal cortex, your rational decision-making brain, deactivates during orgasm. Fear, judgment, self-consciousness temporarily switched off. Blood pressure spikes to levels seen in intense physical exertion. Systolic pressure can reach 180 mmHg. Breathing rate accelerates. The entire cardiovascular system is at maximum output. Simultaneously, endorphins and serotonin are released, the body's natural painkillers and mood regulators. Prolactin follows, creating the deep sense of satisfaction and relaxation. The amygdala, your brain's fear and threat detector, goes quiet. This is why vulnerability and trust are anatomically connected to sexual pleasure. The body literally disables fear to allow release. Vasocongestion, the blood pooling that caused engorgement, reverses. Blood returns to general circulation. Sensitivity in nerve endings drops sharply. The residual oxytocin, still elevated for up to an hour after orgasm, promotes bonding, trust, and emotional openness. This is the neurological architecture of what we call intimacy. From the first spark in the limbic system to the final wave of oxytocin, the orgasm recruits the brain, the heart, the nervous system, the muscular system, and the entire endocrine system, all at once. Your body is the most sophisticated machine ever built, and now you know exactly how it works. If this changed how you see yourself, subscribe. There's a lot more where that came from.